Two old boys ain't much for working. 2 shots on a barrel and they're talking about bourbon. Talking about a few other things that they don't know. If you've got a question, no need to ask. They don't have a clue, so raise your glass. Take a sip with the Bowl Brothers. Now it's on with the show. From the heart of central Kentucky, the bourbon capital of the world, it's 2 shots on a barrel with your host. A couple of hot shots of their own, the Bowl Brothers.
Back to 2 shots on a barrel. Boy, it's good to be back today, J-Bo. And I got to tell you, I have a feeling this is going to be a fun show.
It's going to be a wonderful show. The last show we had at Jailer's Inn, it was outside and it was beautiful. Well, we couldn't be outside today, so they brought us in to a fancy room for us Bow Brothers. Pretty fancy.
Yeah. I feel like this has a feeling like we've kind of made the big time or something.
It does, doesn't
it? It sort of has that feeling to it. Yeah, I'm liking this already.
Go ahead and tell them where we are and what we're doing.
All right, so we are, as far as I'm concerned, a heavenly place. Maker's Mark. Not only just Maker's Mark. Like, they let us in the secret place almost, the Heritage Center. I feel like when you look around at the history, I'm pretty sure if they knew your background, they wouldn't let you in here.
They would not let me in here.
We do have security.
That's right. We
see
cameras.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So who is this guy we're talking to today?
Let's welcome in the master distiller of Maker's Mark, Mr. Denny Potter.
How you doing, brother?
Doing good.
That's
doing
awesome,
good.
man.
Good to be with you
so
guys.
Excited. We were so excited when we're only about 4 months old.
Yeah.
But we got our buddy said, hey, somebody was asking about you and your podcast today. And I'm like, well, who out there at Makers knows about our podcast? And he said, the boss.
I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, okay.
So we use that. We hope you don't mind the name drop here, everyone. We're like, Denny Potter asked about 2 shots.
Yeah.
You know?
No, I mean, you guys, I'm surprised it's only been 4 months, but you got an incredible social media presence.
It's taken off. It
Yeah.
grew some legs and took off on us, didn't it?
Well, we looked at that earlier today. We're like in, 17 different countries and like nearly 450 different cities. That's not bad for a couple of goofy DJs that don't know anything about much of anything.
No, that's amazing for 4 months. That really is.
We're excited, definitely excited. It was a COVID project that we've always wanted to do a show together, and we're like, well, let's try it.
Yeah.
And then after the first show, it just took off, and we're like, okay, we got another job now.
I mean, the coolest thing in the world, you get to sit around and you get just to shoot the bull, which we're both pretty good at doing. You get to drink bourbon. You get to meet like big time master distillers like Denny Potter. Man. And this is pretty cool. I mean, honestly, it is. Tell everybody, by the way, Denny, you have been very nice to give us a nice Maker's Mark product today. Tell everybody what we're drinking.
Yeah. So, I mean, we just poured up something that, it's a project we've worked on. We created what's called the Maker's Mark Wood Finishing Series, and we had the first release of that last year. And so this is our year 2 release. And what this is about is literally, like obviously we do a lot of innovation, but we do innovation different than most people. A lot of times when you innovate, you're looking out in the market and trying to create things that you think the consumer wants. Well, one of the things that we do is we're very introspective when we look to innovate. So, when you have a brand and a product like we do, which has basically been around since 1954, and we're still going strong 66 years later, well, you're doing something right. So you don't want to get too far away from what's gotten us to where we are. So when we innovate, we really want to highlight who we are and what we've done for 66 years. And so when I say we look inward, it's trying to tell the story of our process, our brand. And so these wood finishing releases, which basically is led by Jane Bowie and Beth Buckner. Jane is Director of Innovation, and then Beth is our Innovation Manager, they're telling the story of process. Last year it was yeast. This year it has more to do with maturation, but it's about the seasoning of the oak, the process that takes place with the oak before you actually build the barrel. And so that's what this is. We want to be able to try to highlight some of those flavors that exist because of that process. May not carry all the way through to the finished product, but they do exist in the process. And I know you guys have already talked to Andrew Wiebrink that works with Independent State, but he works hand in hand with our team. And so we kind of create a vision of what we think these flavors should be based on process. So with seasoning, when you season oak, basically one is tannin free. You know, when you season oak, what we mean by that is all the oak that's used to build our barrels actually sits outside for 12 months. So it sits outside and the oxygen will break down the tannin. So it'll break down lignans, which turns to vanillin, which is vanilla. And then also the hemicellulose, which will break down and create caramel notes. So that's what we wanted to create with this product, was something that was heavy vanilla, caramel, and tannin-free, so no bitterness. And so I think when you smell this and you taste it, that's what you're going to get. I mean, this is heavy, heavy, heavy vanilla. And to date, it's probably my favorite thing that we've done as far as from an innovation side. But the exciting thing about it is we're not done. You know, we're already working on the 2021 ideas for 22 and 23. And they're just, you know, we just love telling a story. And I think that's what this leads to. So this is the 2020 wood finishing release.
The only thing good that's come out of 2020 right here.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
so good, man.
Yeah, it is.
And
it's
much
absolutely delicious.
Much needed.
Yeah.
You're
And
right.
it's at, you know, that's at cast strength. So for us, this is 110.8 proof. So a good way to kind of break into the afternoon.
So good. Now, I got a gift the other day. It's in the bag here. I was going to ask you about, and I've never seen it before. It's Maker's Mark 101. Mm-hmm. Can you tell me a little bit about what that is? And
Yeah, it's actually it's not an extension or a product that's new to us. It's actually something that we did years ago. If you see some of the old bottles on the market, it was a gold wax release. So it was a 101 gold wax release. We pretty much discontinued it for a long time. And then the idea was, people talked about it a lot. People would always ask about, well, whatever happened to that 101 you all used to do? So a few years back, probably 2 or 3 years ago, we decided to bring it back, but just for what we call GTR, which is Global Travel Retail, so duty-free. I mean, duty-free is almost treated like it's its own entity, whether it's a country or a state. I mean, because it's a completely different consumer base. So we just did it for duty-free, and then earlier this year, back in the summer, we made the decision to go ahead and release it nationally. So that's why you're starting to see it on the market. We didn't go with the gold wax. We still, we're red wax is who we are.
Right.
So we wanted to maintain that. But what you'll see with that bottle design, it's got the gold lettering on the bottle. It's a beautiful package. Nice. But that's what that is. So it's just recently been nationally released, and and will stay on the shelf. It's not what we call an LTO or a limited time offering. You're going to see it on the shelf.
This is cool stuff. J-Bo, usually we take a little bit of time to get to know who is on Two Shots. So I think it's a perfect time to Denny, have you ever had anybody do like the rapid fire questions for you?
I have. It's funny. I mean, it's one of these things. I basically have two titles here. I'm our master distiller, but I'm also our plant manager. And I've always said that the plant manager piece, because I'm fairly grounded in operations, I'm not too worried about. It's when we get in situations like this with guys like you and you're telling me we're going to do rapid fire questions, I know my ass is on the line right now. So, and I'm okay with that because I'm pretty transparent.
That's awesome.
This is good stuff. We're going to start off really easy. So we're going to try to do rapid fire in 60 seconds, okay? So this is not going to be too, I don't think it's going to hurt you too much. Where were you born, Denny?
I was born in Louisville, Kentucky.
Absolutely. Louisville, Kentucky. I've heard through the grapevine he's a University of Louisville guy. So we
won't hold it against him.
Yeah, we won't hurt it. What color is your toothbrush?
It's actually an electric toothbrush, so it's white.
He's
with
sophisticated.
like an aqua stripe on it. Yeah,
Gotcha. If there was a movie made about your life, Denny, who would be the actor that would play you?
Oh my God, that's a good one. I don't know. I mean, if I could do it, I mean, he's not alive anymore, but let's say Chris Farley. I love physical.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Oh man, that'd be
Trust me, I'm not funny like Chris Farley, but he could make funny.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Now we know your history. You spent some times in the beautiful island of St. Croix, but this is a little bit of a different question. If you were stranded on a deserted tropical island, what's two things, not two people or whatever, but what's two things you would have to have with you?
Oh, man. Well, no question, an endless supply of alcohol.
Nice.
I wouldn't say, it's different. Listen, I mean, I'm a bourbon guy through and through, but one of the things you figure out when you live on an island is that rum tastes pretty damn good.
It does.
So I could go 50-50 bourbon rum.
Nice.
That's awesome.
That's a good answer.
That's a good answer. What's your favorite Halloween costume in the Halloween spirit?
So last year we typically do a trunk or treat for work for the employees here because you guys know, I mean, when you live in these small towns and everybody is kind of spread out, especially in the country, you need a place where the kids can come trick or they can't just walk house to house.
Right.
So we usually do a trunk or treat, and last year I dressed up as Prince.
Nice.
It was a pretty damn good costume, I'll have to say, although some people couldn't figure out if I was Prince or Howard Stern. I'm like, well, either is fine.
Either's good.
And then we've had to cancel this year's, but I did have a nice little costume picked out.
That's awesome.
Perfect answers.
That's awesome. What's your favorite kind of music?
Probably anymore it's considered adult alternative.
So
I mean, I'm a 90s guy.
Right.
And all of that, whether it's Pearl Jam or Nirvana or I mean those were
Gotcha.
definitely still a big Foo Fighters fan.
Cool.
Yeah.
There you go. Morning, noon, or night?
Man, I'm probably definitely more of a morning person, for sure.
That's cool.
It's just one of those things. I kind of, there was a time where it was all about nights because I could stay up drinking until 2 or 3 in the morning, but now my ass is in bed probably 9:30, 10 o'clock. But
Smart man.
definitely
Smart
morning.
man.
So, J-Bo, most of these questions I came up with, Denny, just for the record.
Oh boy.
But J-Bo came up with this one, just so you'll know. Boxers or briefs?
There's not necessarily tidy whities, but briefs all the way.
All right. Good job.
So they have stars on them or something?
Not stars. Some do have stripes.
There you go.
Yeah, shit. I don't know. I guess yeah. Some have holes in them. I mean,
Mine are mostly.
We're getting to know Denny Potter really well. All right, so you've kind of already answered this one, but I'll ask it anyway. Other than bourbon, your go-to?
Definitely rum. I mean, it's one of those things. Before I went to the island, drank a little bit of rum every now and then, but until you get, the one great thing about our industry and distilled spirits in general is it's a feel, it's an attitude, it's a culture, and when you kind of immerse yourself in that and what rum means to the islands, I mean, it's a big part of their economy. So whether you like it or not, you feel a part of it. So it's no question, it's rum. I still. I worked at Cruisin', so I still have a bunch of the single barrel products and things like that.
When you're on the island, what do you mix it with, or do they drink it straight?
Well,
or?
yeah, I mean, if I'm doing the single barrels, it's typically Nader on the rocks. But I mean, if I'm on the boat, man, it just depends.
Right.
A lot of times I'm taking light rum, maybe with a little bit of a flavored rum, whether it's a guava or something like that. And then the great thing about the islands is you get very fresh fruit juice.
Yeah.
So, typically that, or, you can always cut it with Sprite or something like that.
Nice.
All right, last question I've got,
All right.
J-Bo. Past or present, who's your mentor?
Oh, man. That's, I don't know that I can truly answer that with just one individual, because one of the things that I feel extremely lucky about is, what I've done in my 23 years in the career, but not necessarily what I've done, but who I've worked with. And it goes all the way back to 98. I mean, my first day on the job, I started out as a lab tech at Jim Beam and walk right into Fred No, right? But Booker was still kind of involved. And not in the day-to-day, but my first week on the job, I got to take distillate samples to Booker's house.
Very cool.
Because Booker would taste test. He'd tell you what he thought should go to Booker's. He liked to cook with the distillate. And then, I come here and I get to work with the Samuels, and in particular, when I came in 2003, Bill.
Sure.
And then I go to Cruisin'. I work with the Nelthrips who started Cruisin'. I go to Heaven Hill. I'm working with the Shapiras and Parker and Craig Beam. I've just been really lucky. But one of the interesting things, and I think this kind of ties back, was in 2003 when I came to Makers. I came to Makers to be the quality and environmental manager. And at the time, we didn't realize this, but we had 4 master distillers that were all here at the same time. Because Steve Nally was still here. So really, Steve, maybe more than anybody, because, I was able to work a little bit with Steve, but we knew he was going to retire, and I took over the distillery when Steve left. But we also had Dave Pickerel and Kevin Smith, and we were all here at the same time. And our taste panel, I think we might have had 18 salaried people here, and that was our taste panel. And, we would just set samples up in the office that I have now. And, I just think back to all of that. But as far as distillery operations, it would probably have to be Steve, even though we didn't get to spend a lot of time together. The time that we did spend together, he taught me a lot. And then, I was able to take a lot of notes, write a lot of things down. But once again, it's hard to pinpoint one because I've been really, really, really lucky with who I've worked with.
And that was a hell of an answer.
That was. You've been around anybody that's anybody, and you worked right beside them.
Yeah, have been able to directly work with all the people that I just talked about. And lucky enough that most of them are still heavily involved in the industry, and we're all pretty tight-knit, but then also able to network with so many other people in the industry. And I think that's, the most incredible thing about this industry, and I know it sounds cliche, but it is the people. Everybody's open. There's nothing cutthroat about this industry. And, if I wanted to pick up the phone and call Steve, ask him how Bardstown Bourbon's running, are they having any issues, or call Harlan, down at Buffalo Trace, or Fred or Greg Davis, both over at Jim Beam. Shit, man. It's no problem. It's pretty much we're all an open book. So.
It's pretty much what Steve told us when he was on the show.
I think that's the thing that really struck me when we were asking Steve some of those same questions. It's almost like a brotherhood. You guys will go hang out maybe at Bardstown Bourbon Company and find out what's going on. That's unheard of. I read somewhere, can you imagine the folks with Pepsi and Coca-Cola getting together?
Right.
Never happened.
Yeah, it doesn't. That's, our philosophy's always been, man, that stuff can fight itself out on the shelf. There's room for all of us. And I think one of the things that we all appreciate is, when you look at bourbon as a category, we're a subcategory of whiskey, right? Well, there's a lot of whiskeys that fall underneath that umbrella, the biggest being Scotch. And, Scotch is great, but if we want to be global, we got to do it together. We can't, we want to be bigger than just the U.S. Trust me on that. And the only way that happens is to grow the category. And the only way to grow the category is to work together. And I think that's been the mindset, at least for the last 15 or 20 years. You've seen the evolution of the Bourbon Trail, what's happened from the visitor's side. That doesn't happen unless you have that cooperation. So we all just kind of think that way. And, and what's interesting and what we used to do, and it's sad because we can't really do it anymore, but there was a time that we all used to meet at Mammy's for lunch once a month. Whether it was obviously me, Parker, Craig, Fred, Harlan, other people that may not have been master distillers. And the problem was people started, when the industry gets more popular, people are more interested. And then all of a sudden we would meet for lunch and there would be, oh, hey, can we talk to you guys real quick? Or can you all sign these bottles? Because Jimmy and Eddie Russell would show up at all these too. So you can imagine, when you've got Fred and Jimmy and Eddie, and it's like, so, we kind of stopped doing that. And really, the only times we see each other are at events, whether it's Bourbon Festival or, one of the Whiskey Fest. But that's what's been tough about this year. Right. Without the travel or the Bourbon Festival or the shows is you don't see those guys. And you really you miss them quite a bit.
That's tough. Yeah. J-Bo, this has been a great first segment. I can tell you that.
Well, let's go ahead and take a quick break, drink a little bit more, and come back and
let's just hang out with Denny Potter. I don't know. We may make an afternoon of it. Who knows?
And he even brought his security guard today.
He did, and he just walked in. I'm sure there's going to be some great, fantastic stories about Michael May. By the way, you asked him. We had lunch with Michael today down at the Star Hill Provisions. It was very, very nice, and you had an opportunity to ask about his lovely wife again.
Yeah. Have you met his wife?
Briefly at the Christmas party last
Did he
year.
not marry up? He's like 15 years older than her, first of all.
You have to question her judgment.
Look how many shades of red. He is turning as red as the Maker's Mark bottle.
That's right, man.
Michael's been with us a little over a year now, and there's not a day that goes by that we don't second guess that decision.
You know what? Today is
this is the 1 year.
Is it?
Today.
Well, happy birthday.
That's funny.
All right, more Two Shots on the Barrel coming your way right here with Denny Potter after this break.
The Marion County Trail could be the best value in bourbon-themed travel in Kentucky. You'll experience one of the Kentucky Bourbon Trail's crown jewels, one of the Bourbon Trail Craft Tour's top-rated stops, and something you can't find anywhere else. Organized tours of a bourbon barrel manufacturing facility, all in one place. It's the Marion County Trail. Take your time to tour, dine, shop, and stay all along the way. Explore world-famous Maker's Mark, a hot ticket item on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail. Limestone Branch Distillery, home of world-famous Yellowstone bourbon, and one of the top-rated stops on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail Craft Tour. Kentucky Cooperage, the sprawling plant where the thriving bourbon industry's barrels are hand-built and seared with fire for bourbon aging flavor. And Lebanon, home of wonderful dining opportunities from home-cooked to chef-driven. Unique shopping opportunities, nowhere else to be found murals for your selfies, and overnight accommodations that range from traditional to bed and breakfast to bourbon-themed. Go to visitlebanonky.com for more details. Lebanon Tourist and Convention Commission, 270-692-0021.
Whether you're buying or selling, be it your first home or your last home, or building your investment portfolio, give me a call. I'm Lisa Kearns, a realtor with Exit Realty Heartland. I understand the stress and hassles involved in buying and selling, and I will be here for you. Let me put my 20-plus years experience in marketing and customer service to work for you. Give me a call, 270-402-4036. Lisa Kearns, realtor with Exit Realty Heartland, here to work for you.
Hey, this is Jimbo.
This is J-Bo.
Man, we are so happy because, J-Bo, we got this podcast going and we got fantastic sponsors like our good buddy Billy Taft with Big O Tires.
Billy Taft, longtime friend, and I've been going to him for years for new tires at Big O Tires.
I needed a new set of tires just recently. Guess where I went?
Where'd you go?
Big O Tires here in Lebanon, Kentucky, the heart of Central Kentucky. Billy Taft. He took fantastic care of me. I know he's always taking care of you.
Yeah, heck yeah. He's even taking care of me when I broke down in Bardstown. He has a Bardstown location as well. Fixed the tires right up. Baby, I was out the door, back to Lebanon in no time.
He does a fantastic job. He's always worried about number one. You know what number one is?
What's that?
That is the customer.
Exactly.
The customer is always right when it comes to Billy Taft and Big O Tires, J-Bo.
You can get oil changes, tire rotations, new tires. Heck, he's even got used tires you can buy.
Absolutely. Whatever it is you're looking for, I guarantee you're going to find it at Big O Tires, Bardstown, or in Lebanon. Boy, and guess what? They are sponsors right here, J-Bo, on Two Shots on a Barrel.
I'm telling you what, we love Billy Taft and Big O Tires.
Go there today. Big O Tires, Billy Taft. It's in Lebanon and Bardstown, the heart of Central Kentucky. Two old boys ain't much for working. J-Bo, I love it. I love it, man. I love that tune.
Terry is so talented.
Terry Woolley. So, the story goes that I said, Terry, we're doing this podcast thing. We're just a couple of guys want to talk about bourbon, everything that is Central Kentucky. And Terry's like, I got you. And he took it from there.
Yeah, 24 hours later, bam, we have an opening theme for our podcast.
Terry Woolley with Crystal Music is to kind of icing on the cake. Is sponsoring Two Shots on the Barrel. I don't know how cool that is.
Not only did he do this for us, he's also sponsoring us. So, I mean, it's a double whammy from old Terry. Thank you, Terry.
And you guys have come a long way. You went from a point in time where you guys didn't necessarily get along the best in the world, and now you are like best friends.
Well, it's like, you put two superstars in one room, there's going to be some bumping heads.
Listen, whether it's recording, maybe it's some voice lessons that you need, some learning how to play a guitar, harmonica, you name it, Crystal Music in Campbellsville, Kentucky is the place to go.
Hey, I even was in a tight spot. I was going to go to Nashville. I was going to interview a bunch of artists, and I needed a guitar to sign.
I remember that. I
walked in there, and I'm telling you, they have guitars everywhere. And he said, you don't want this guitar, you want this guitar. And he set me up, and away I went to Nashville. Bam.
He took care of you, and that's the way he can take care of everybody. He's a good dude. He works so hard. His wife, Ina, though, is the best thing in the world about him. There's no doubt about that. But Terry Woolley is a great dude, and for every musical thing that you need, including if you're out there listening and you need a jingle for your podcast, reach out to Terry Woolley. Check him out on Facebook. Look him up, Terry Woolley. That's Wooley. Or look up Crystal Music. You'll be able to check out all their deals along the way. And thanks so much, as always, J-Bo. They're a great sponsor.
Hey, and we're looking for more.
Absolutely. Right here on Two Shots in a Barrel.
Zeppelin, and we're back with Two Shots on a Barrel. Zeppelin's a good way to start segment 2, I think.
Zeppelin's fun.
Hanging out in the beautiful Maker's Mark country, the Heritage Room here, hanging out with Denny Potter, Michael May, J-Bo, Jimbo. So, we talked a little bit personally about who is Denny Potter. The word is your wife won't sit with you at football games. I mean, that's another thing we heard on the street.
Well, I couldn't tell you the last time she went to a U of L football game with me. I may have showed my ass a little bit, which is, that's fine.
It's football.
But no, my son played high school football, and I was one of those. It was hard for me to sit with anybody. You're just a nervous wreck watching your kid out there. And you don't really want to talk to anybody, and but we might be able to fix that. It's he graduated, so he's a freshman at University of Louisville now. So maybe we can try another football game. But she has not been to a football game outside of her son's in a long time, so who knows?
Gosh, there's a rumor going around.
I've heard this rumor, but I want you to ask it.
I was going to save it for later, but
I think it's a perfect time.
Is it true you have a tattoo on your lower back of, a bird or, something? That's just.
Are you saying he's got a Patino bird on his back?
I think he does. Yeah, I think lower back.
No, I do. I have a lower back tattoo, but it's a dolphin. It's not a. It's like a multicolored dolphin.
And the significance of that is
just loving life, and the fact I wanted to be a marine biologist, and all those things. But I figured if I was going to have one tattoo. I could go with this for a while. Why not a multicolored dolphin? It's my kids thought it was great when they were 3 and 4 years old. My son, who's 18, doesn't think it's so great anymore. But
Dad,
put your shirt on quick.
Yeah, well, it's not the shirt. It's that I typically will try to wear short shirts, so when I bend over, people can kind of see. They say, "Can we see the dolphin?" I said, "You're talking about the tattoo, right?" So please. Yeah, I'll show
Please.
For the record, I do not have any tattoos, but now I got to think about getting a lower back dolphin tattoo.
We got a guy that can help you out.
Oh yeah, I bet he'd love to stencil it.
He would.
Yeah,
Michael.
Yeah, you could let him do it.
That's so funny.
He could be the artist.
Definitely. Now, when we walked in this room earlier today, Michael May said, "Now, this is where it all happens. For many, many years, this room has history. Mm-hmm. So, what do you know about this room?
This is a lot of the the history, just kind of revolving around the Samuels family, but also Makers in general. And ever since we've been owned and operated by them when they bought the place in 1953." This is where it used to be. There's a picture. I think it's over there somewhere, laying down, Michael, right there. Yep. This is a phenomenal picture. So that's Bill Samuel Sr. So it was he.
Jesus, that's in this room?
At this table.
Oh,
so
geez,
he's sitting right where you're sitting.
Oh, man.
This is a privilege and an honor.
And so you can see the samples back behind him. So it's an incredible.
Wow.
Room to be in, but what's great about it is this is our conference room. Like Michael and I will have lunch in here. The team comes in, and we have we'll have operations meetings in here. And what I love about it is it's a very simple reminder of how lucky we are. Not just to be associated with the brand, but be able to work at a place like this. you all you're from the area. I mean, this facility is just absolutely beautiful, and it's just kind of funny. I mean, I just find myself even later at night, if I'm the last one here, just walking in here, looking around, and then shutting the lights off and going home, and it's very humbling, I'm sure, to say the least. Yeah.
So you were with Makers for a while, and then as the story goes, you somewhere along your trek, you were at Heaven Hill, and you talked about working with some of the folks there, most notably Parker Beam, obviously. What was the lure of Maker's Mark that brought you back, quote unquote, back to home?
Yeah, I think it's when it kind of goes back to when I was here the first time. When I was here the first time, you just know that no matter what, you'll never have a better job than what you have here at Makers. Like our day to day, no matter how difficult it can be, you understand that your worst day is better than most people's best day. Yeah. So it's just kind of a feeling and an understanding. So I didn't necessarily leave Makers the first time. It was one of those, we're part of obviously a bigger company.
Sure.
And they had acquired, Crucian, the rum distillery down in St. Croix. And initially it was, hey, we want you to go down there to help, set this facility up. We had to spend some capital investment down there. Go down as general manager, work with the Nelthorpe family, be down for 3 years, and then you'll come back to Makers. That was the original plan. And so in my mind, it was, well, this is ideal, right? We can go down, experience the island, know we can come back. And not only that, know we can come back to Makers. And that was, that's what made it so enticing, is maybe I can learn some things on the rum side that we could potentially, I could come back here and share. And, it's at the end of the day, it's still business. A lot of things changed within the organization in those 3 years. And so I did not come back to Makers. They brought me back and put me at another facility. It was going to be temporary until we got things kind of established and settled down there. And then, they basically were like, well, we might want to make this permanent. And I'm like, oh, shit.
Right.
And it just so happened I got called by a recruiter because they had a position open at Heaven Hill. And for the first time since, I had been pretty much within the Beam organization, specifically with Makers, I listened. Mm-hmm. And then, I heard the opportunity. I'm like, yeah, it's time. Mm-hmm. And some of it's, you get to a point where you feel like you're kind of not in control of your career anymore, that other people are making decisions for you. And so it was an opportunity for me to kind of get control of my career again. And it was not that I wanted to leave, but to go work at Heaven Hill was absolutely fantastic. Had no idea the opportunities that would be provided when I left. I mean, I left to be plant manager of the Bernheim operation, which is their big distillery down in West Louisville, but also over all the warehousing too. And that evolved into, becoming master distiller, with Parker being diagnosed with ALS. The thing about the master distiller title is it's a phenomenal title. I mean, trust me, it's a great privilege and honor to get that title. But at the end of the day, it's a marketing title, right? I mean, the title itself gives you credibility to go talk about what we do and how we do it. And people will listen because you have a title master distiller. The real reality of that is there's no certification process, right? We could all go get business cards printed up today that said I'm master distiller, and nobody can necessarily dispute it. Right. But because the job is so heavily, involved with marketing and Parker having ALS, he just wasn't able, to go out and educate like he used to. And it involves travel and other things. So that's when, they asked me to become master distiller there. And then I also ended up being VP of operations. So unbelievable, right? Like, over multiple operations, master distiller, loved all the brands. And it, just out of the blue, after being there for, over 5 years, I got a call from Rob Samuels, who had taken over for his dad here at Makers. And Rob and I didn't work a lot together when I was here the first time, but obviously I knew Rob. And he started talking about, the possibility of me coming back to Makers. And, it immediately took me back to what I had before I even left. And, just loving the brand so much. And you really start thinking about how do you want to end your career? Like, what are the things that are important to you? And What gives you good, great satisfaction? And it had nothing to do with Heaven Hill. It had everything to do with the fact that I never wanted to leave here to begin with. And I didn't really feel like I did because I thought I was coming back. And then when I came down, this is before I'd accepted the job, but Rob and I had been talking. And, one of the things about makers, I don't think we get the credit that we deserve for what we do and how we do it. And what I mean by that is we're, even though we're this mom and pop operation in Loretto, Kentucky, we're globally recognized.
Definitely.
And there's been plenty of opportunity in the time that I've been gone that we could have listened to the accountants and the finance people and changed some of the ways we do things because it's cheaper, it's faster. And so one of the things that I wanted to work through before I decided to come back was, are we still using lake water in our mash? Are we still using a roller mill instead of a hammer mill? Are we still going in the barrel at 110 proof instead of 125? That's a big distinction right there. To be a bourbon, you just have to be 125 or less going in the barrel. Well, we choose to continue to go in at 110. That's a huge financial decision. For us, it equates to about $10 million a year.
Jeez.
Because going in at 110 means you got to use more barrels, plus you got to have more spaces for those barrels. So the additional barrels plus the warehouse space, usually you got to build warehouses. It's probably anywhere between $8 to $10 million a year. We rotate all of our barrels. Nobody else does that. And then, the big one is we still hand dip every single bottle.
Yeah.
And so when I was talking to Rob about that, that the previous year, they hand dipped 25 million bottles.
What? Jesus.
So when you think about, your career and what you want to do and how you want to end it, and then you see you have a brand like Makers that continues to do these things, it would be very easy to eliminate if you were just focused on cost, right? And the fact that we were still doing those things, it's like, man, because we're not a mom and pop anymore, and we're still doing these things. So why wouldn't I want to be a part of that? So it was a tough decision to leave Heaven Hill, but at the same time, the thought of coming back, being, plant manager and master distiller, I'm like, shit, that's it. I would have never imagined I could have had that before I left, even though I was assistant master distiller before I left. It really was a no-brainer. And then the people here, this community, all of our employees, specifically come from Loretto and Lebanon, and, just their attitude, their work ethic, how much they enjoy working here. And trust me, we all have our bad days. Right. But as I said, our worst day is better than most people's best day. It's just, it's more than just, that bottle. It's a lot of the people that are here, and that you can't beat that.
Now I went to a lot of employees here, and a lot of people that I knew you, and I was trying to get some dirt today. But it's hard to get dirt on somebody when everybody loves you. Everybody talk. Even this squirt over here didn't have much to say.
We've asked Michael. It's like, man, Denny's a great dude. He's a great. We can't even get him to give us anything.
It would be nice if he said that to my face every time.
I even went to one of your younger guys, Ryan Peterson, I believe that's his name, and asked him. I was like, "Give me some dirt, man." He's like, "Dude, he's just really cool guy, man. Everybody here really respects you and likes you as a person, not just a distiller."
What do you want, J-Bo? What are you trying to get from Denny Potter?
I got some bottles for you.
That's cool. But that just shows, how you are.
Well, I listen, I appreciate it. That's good to hear. And that is, that's, I think at the end of the day, we all kind of take care of each other. There isn't, you just don't have a lot of the drama that you deal with, in a lot of other places. And people here are just genuinely good. And I don't think that's anything specific to me or anybody else. I think you just appreciate, I think everybody here really appreciates what we have.
Well, it usually comes from the top. People are going to lead by the leader. They're going to follow you wherever you go. So, it's trouble. It's trouble.
There's a few. You are really working. What are you working on now? Merchandise?
Listen.
You need a new polo or something? What's going on here?
I'm getting him ready for the third segment where I knocked the stool out from under him. Leave him on the floor. So,
I'm ready.
But seriously, everybody, even outside of Maker's Mark that I've tracked down, has really nothing bad to say. They're like, he is just a cool guy. Cool guy. So that's pretty.
We've never had anybody that he stroked their ego like he's doing in this show.
Steve is my man.
Yeah,
Everybody
I know.
knows Steve's my man.
Yeah.
But the stuff I have on him that I did find.
That was pretty good.
It's going to be fun to talk about.
I'm looking forward to it.
It's definitely.
Are you? Can I interrupt your ego fest for a second and just ask a question, because I think this is. So, Denny, I've got a young kid, 18 years old. Your son, you mentioned
18.
football, 18 years old. You were once an 18-year-old kid, and you talked about going to college and a biology major and stuff. In your wildest dreams, did you think that you would be sitting here in Loretto, Kentucky as a master distiller at 18 years old when you were 18 down here at Maker's Mark?
No, I mean, no way. I mean, it's you kind of stumble into it, right? I mean, even how I even got into the industry was just, it sounded good, but I mean, damn, I was working 12-hour nights at safety clean in the lab.
Yeah.
Right? We were working 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, and I'm working 12-hour nights and working with every hazardous chemical you could think of. And, so when there was an opportunity to go work in the lab at Jim Beam, and I jumped all over it. And it was obviously when you see that, you're like, oh, that would be fantastic. But, there wasn't anything direct about but no, hell no. I mean, I remember chugging 4-year-old Jim Beam right out of the bottle when I went to IU. And I mean, I don't think there's anything that could prepare you for it. And what's funny is, especially in the last 5 years, I get a lot of inquiries. I try to talk to kids, about their careers and what they're interested in. And man, there are so many that are like, what do I have to do to be a master distiller? That's what I want to be. And it's like, well, how do you like working nights and weekends?
Yeah.
Well, what's that mean? Well, we're a manufacturing facility. So we run, for the most part, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And, your distilleries run holidays and you don't just walk in on first shift Monday through Friday. But if you want to come in and work that night shift and, do that for 2-3 years and kind of work your way in, because obviously there's a lot of things you can learn in college that kind of prepare you, but it doesn't. I mean, it really is the on-the-job stuff and working with the people, because there's so many things involved in a distillery that, trust me, I mean, it's all based in science, but at the end of the day, it's about feel too. It's about smelling. There's so many other things involved. And, but no, man, I mean, there's no way in the world I would have ever imagined, much less, working at Makers. Yeah. But to have the job that I have today is just, there's no way I would have. If somebody would have told me, I probably would have smacked him in the face and said, shut your damn mouth.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't try to pick me up like that if you know it's not going to happen.
Yeah. J-Bo, back to your segment.
Yeah, thanks for ruining it. Michael May told us over and over and over, he's like, it's my dream job. Mm-hmm. It's my dream job. Mm-hmm. We found out at lunch today that he would even be willing to take a pay cut to keep this.
On his 1 year anniversary, he talked about he loved this place so much. He would even give back money because he just loves it so much.
He loves it that much. So can you believe that?
Well, I mean, that's great to hear. It was happening anyway. So it's good to know he's expecting it.
Yeah. No surprises.
That's fine. There'll be a lot of other happy people.
With friends like us, J-Bo, Michael doesn't need enemies.
He'll never come back to our show. Ever.
It's like, I freaking set this up with Denny for this bull.
Yeah.
I noticed he was a little nervous when he found out you guys were coming on site.
Yeah. Poor guy.
This is great. Well, it's about time for segue, and the bourbon today, the Maker's Mark. Once again, Denny, just tell everybody what we're doing. This is fantastic, by the way.
Yeah, so this is our 2020 wood finishing release. And, you should be able to find it. It probably was released about a month ago. And so, on the label, you'll see 2020 limited edition wood finishing series. But the name is SE4 PR5. And, it's tied back to the work that we do with Independent State.
Sure.
And the actual names of the states that we use to create. But, yeah, this is our 2020.
The Marion County Trail could be the best value in bourbon-themed travel in Kentucky. You'll experience one of the Kentucky Bourbon Trail's crown jewels, one of the Bourbon Trail Craft Tour's top-rated stops, and something you can't find anywhere else, Organized tours of a bourbon barrel manufacturing facility, all in one place. It's the Marion County Trail. Take your time to tour, dine, shop, and stay all along the way. Explore world-famous Maker's Mark, a hot ticket item on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail. Limestone Branch Distillery, home of world-famous Yellowstone bourbon, and one of the top-rated stops on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail Craft Tour. Kentucky Cooperage, the sprawling plant where the thriving bourbon industry's barrels are hand-built and seared with fire for bourbon aging flavor. And Lebanon, home of wonderful dining opportunities from home-cooked to chef-driven. Unique shopping opportunities, nowhere else to be found murals for your selfies, and overnight accommodations that range from traditional to bed and breakfast to bourbon-themed. Go to visitlebanonky.com for more details. Lebanon Tourist and Convention Commission, 270-692-0021.
Whether you're buying or selling, be it your first home or your last home, or building your investment portfolio, give me a call. I'm Lisa Kearns, a realtor with Exit Realty Heartland. I understand the stress and hassles involved in buying and selling, and I will be here for you. Let me put my 20 plus years experience in marketing and customer service to work for you. Give me a call, 270-402-4036. Lisa Kearns, realtor with Exit Realty Heartland, here to work for you.
Hey, this is Jimbo.
This is J-Bo.
Man, we are so happy because, J-Bo, we got this podcast going, and we got fantastic sponsors like our good buddy Billy Taft with Big O Tires.
Billy Taft, longtime friend, and I've been going to him for years for new tires at Big O Tires.
I needed a new set of tires just recently. Guess where I went?
Where'd you go?
Big O Tires here in Lebanon, Kentucky, the heart of Central Kentucky. Billy Taft. He took fantastic care of me. I know he's always taking care of you.
Yeah, heck yeah. He's even taking care of me when I broke down in Bardstown. He has a Bardstown location as well. Fixed the tires right up. Baby, I was out the door, back to Lebanon in no time.
He does a fantastic job. He's always worried about number one. You know what number one is?
What's that?
That is the customer.
Exactly.
The customer is always right when it comes to Billy Taft and Big O Tires, J-Bo.
You can get oil changes, tire rotations, new tires. Heck, he's even got used tires you can buy.
Absolutely. Whatever it is you're looking for, I guarantee you're going to find it at Big O Tires, Bardstown, or in Lebanon. Boy, and guess what? They are sponsors right here, J-Bo, on Two Shots on a Barrel.
I'm telling you what, we love Billy Taft and Big O Tires.
Go there today. Big O Tires, Billy Taft. It's in Lebanon and Bardstown, the heart of Central Kentucky. Two old boys ain't much for working. J-Bo, I love it. I love it, man. I love that tune.
Terry is so talented.
Terry Woolley. So, the story goes that I said, Terry, we're doing this podcast thing. We're just a couple of guys want to talk about bourbon, everything that is Central Kentucky. And Terry's like, I got you. And he took it from there.
Yeah, 24 hours later, bam, we have an opening theme for our podcast.
Terry Woolley with Crystal Music is to kind of icing on the cake. Is sponsoring Two Shots on the Barrel. I don't know how cool that is.
Not only did he do this for us, he's also sponsoring us. So, I mean, it's a double whammy from old Terry. Thank you, Terry.
And you guys have come a long way. You went from a point in time where you guys didn't necessarily get along the best in the world, and now you are like best friends.
Well, it's like, you put two superstars in one room, there's going to be some bumping heads.
Listen, whether it's recording, maybe it's some voice lessons that you need, some learning how to play a guitar, harmonica, you name it, Crystal Music in Campbellsville, Kentucky is the place to go.
Hey, I even was in a tight spot. I was going to go to Nashville. I was going to interview a bunch of artists, and I needed a guitar to sign.
I remember that. I
walked in there, and I'm telling you, they have guitars everywhere. And he said, you don't want this guitar, you want this guitar. And he set me up, and away I went to Nashville. Bam.
He took care of you, and that's the way he can take care of everybody. He's a good dude. He works so hard. His wife, Anna, though, is the best thing in the world about him. There's no doubt about that. But Terry Woolley is a great dude, and for every musical thing that you need, including... If you're out there listening and you need a jingle for your podcast, reach out to Terry Woolley. Check him out on Facebook. Look him up, Terry Woolley. That's Wooley. Or look up Crystal Music. You'll be able to check out all their deals along the way. And thanks so much, as always, J-Bo. They're a great sponsor.
Hey, and we're looking for more.
Absolutely. Right here on Two Shots in a Barrel.
Back to Two Shots on a Barrel. It just seems like, as the show goes on, J-Bo, segment 1 starts out pretty good. And then segment 2, man, we get to really getting after it. And then by the time we get to segment 3, dude, it's just all going to happen.
There's going to be a dolphin joke thrown out here any second. I got a funny feeling.
I'm not telling the dolphin joke on this podcast.
This is great.
The mics are turned off.
Yeah. Hanging out with Denny Potter, Master Distiller, Maker's Mark in the Heritage Room, all kinds of history. We're just having a really, really good time sipping on some fantastic Maker's Mark bourbon. 'Tis the season. You know that there's got to be a bunch of bourbon consumed during the holiday season.
Yeah.
I mean, no doubt about it. And J-Bo, how many cases are you going away with today, man?
I tell you what, I hope a few. That's for sure.
He's up to 2 at least.
Yeah.
I just call it how it is. If he is a well-liked guy, sometimes it feels good to know people like you. But then we get to the third segment, and you'll find out there's a few people that,
Yeah, I mean, when Denny walked in, I kind of felt like he was a guy that probably didn't have a lot of friends, Right. And you needed to stroke his ego and make him feel really good.
Look, he took time out of his day to spend with us. He didn't have to do that.
I know
No,
he didn't.
listen, I know I have make a terrible first impression. But that's all right.
Exactly. So let's get right to the meat and potatoes. The reason why we're all here is to find out if this is true or not. All right, so we have a mutual friend in Bardstown, Carrie Overfelt. And evidently, yep.
He looks a little concerned. He looks a little concerned. Oh, Lord.
See, Carrie owns a gym there, a very popular gym that I used to go to. Of course, it's moved buildings since then, but Dark Side Athletics, correct? Is that what the
Dark Side Athletics.
And you're a regular there every morning?
As of right now, I'd still endorse it, but it really depends on what you're about ready to say and or ask.
See, I can show you the text that he sent me this morning. I guess why you're there working out.
Conveniently, and he didn't even tell Denny he talked to you either. Did you hear that part?
Yeah.
Because Denny has you've had some conversations or text or something with him today, as recent as today.
Well, I saw him this morning. He didn't say a word about it.
There you go.
So evidently you have a workout buddy that you work out with every day. Let's see. His name is Tom.
Tom Walton.
Tom.
Yeah.
Okay, so here it is. Here's the story. Every morning they come in, and Tom is prompt. He's there 10, 20 minutes early.
Wait a second. This is already bullshit.
Is this a 60 Minutes interview, Denny?
Man.
Tom is there stretching, ready to go by the time it's time for the...
Let me tell the real version of this story. So if we're going to start working out at 6, I'm usually there 5:50 at the latest, right? I got to stretch. I just have to stretch. I'm 47 years old. If I don't stretch, I think Tom's a year or two older than me. That son of a bitch will walk in at 6:01 and just start doing power cleans. Right. No stretch, no nothing. Let's add some weight to it. I'm like, you son of a bitch. That's every single day.
See, that's just not the story I've been told.
Yeah, well, consider the source.
Right. Well, he says that you'll come in last second and jump in, and then you want to throw all these weights on there when he's still trying to work out. Trying to stretch out, and you just and he said that all the ladies gather around.
Now I know,
but they're not there for you; they're there for him. to watch his brute strength.
Tom is a spectacle. It's something to see. I'm not going to say it's not. Well, we'll live stream. We'll start live streaming it. Maybe.
You have to. But that man, I tell you, of the 2 days I went trying to dig up stuff, Carrie Overfelt and of course Michael Mays, the only ones that would give me any kind of dirt like you and your workout partner, Tom. He sounds like a wonderful guy.
Well, we're kind of a match made in heaven. I have a dolphin tattoo, and Tom's is like this really cute squirrel.
Is it? Yeah.
I mean, it's just, it's a great photo op.
Oh Lord,
right.
It's
I can see that.
So you can imagine, when we're doing bar stuff and we're having to reach over and do hand cleans or something like that.
Right, yeah.
That's probably why the ladies gather around.
to see the squirrel.
Yeah, they want to see the squirrel and the dolphin.
And the nuts.
You need to stop. You need to stop. You're killing me.
So if you're ever in Bardstown and you need to go to a gym, check out Dark Side Athletics with the carryover felt, and you can see, you're there every morning. You can watch it in action.
No, KO. I mean, it is amazing what he's been able to do. I mean, it's so easy. You just show up, and he's got the routine drawn out for you. But no, he's a good dude for sure.
There's no one like KO. We were talking about he was formerly at Lanham's Health and Fitness, and I was in there, and I just couldn't figure it out. I wasn't going anywhere, so I'm like, I'm going to pay $60, $70, whatever it was, to have a day with KO. I didn't make it through the workout.
A dude that's got a name by the KO, I don't think I would do very well.
I didn't make it. I remember getting halfway through and said, dude, I'll be right back. And I think I threw up on the front of his truck. I think I was leaning on his truck. I mean, he knows what he's doing.
He does.
And he can push you to the limit. So he's a great guy, man. Love him.
Yeah,
love him.
That was pretty good. That was a good story. That was a good.
Yeah, you got some dirt on him?
I tried. I really did try. I mean, this guy's like, he's crystal clean, man.
He is.
He's like Mr. Clean. I mean, there's nothing. There's nothing.
We haven't heard the dolphin joke yet.
Like
so
we should have asked him. I don't know, his wife. Maybe his wife.
Oh, that would have been.
His wife could have given us some dirt. That's the avenue we should have taken, J-Bo.
I mean, I'm sure. Yeah. I mean,
yeah, I'm sure.
She can get
Yeah.
Probably so. Although I think there's probably some coworkers that probably have some pretty good stories to say, or any of my college buddies. I drank a lot.
Yes, we're in the same boat. But if you're ever in Lebanon, downtown Lebanon, and you feel like you need a drink, you can always stop in our studios.
Yeah.
Because over the past 4 months, we've had people say, hey, you like Andrew, well, bring stuff to us and put it in there. You can have whatever you want. Stop
Awesome.
in.
I'll do that.
Yeah,
And, try it out. So we actually have Wally Dant.
We did.
Yeah,
We did.
come in and
Yeah, he actually deposited an 18-month-old Monks Road, which is going to be their release, their first
he
release.
brought it in a beaker. So
That's when you know it's legit.
it was legit.
Yeah, it's exciting what he has going on over there. I mean, once again, it's only good for the industry, and then because they have such a legacy within the industry. Anytime you can revive something like that, man, that's huge.
It's killer,
Yeah.
killer, good stuff. Well, man,
The bourbon industry. We talked to Steve Nally a little bit about this, but he told us stories about. He remembered where they were like laying people off. Mm-hmm. It was kind of like, geez, we almost can't give bourbon away. I mean, and now you think about not only do you have the likes of Maker's Mark and Jim Beam and the big guys in the bourbon industry, but now you've got these craft distillers that are out there. How cool is that? Did you anticipate that we would be where we are now in the bourbon industry?
Yeah, I don't think anybody could have anticipated it because we would have made more.
Yeah,
right? I mean, it's one of those things. I think we knew we had the potential. And especially here in Kentucky. I mean, I think there's at least as long as I've been in the industry, and so the tough times were in the '80s, no doubt about it. I mean, that's when, if you ever heard Max Shapiro talk about it, he always says, "Oh yeah, they were sending that." The great liquor store to the sky. I mean, it was just there just wasn't anything for bourbon. People were turning to white spirits, in particular vodka. That was your cocktail culture. But when you started to get this kind of the evolution of the bartender and cocktail accounts, and people were interested in making cocktails with brown spirits that had very unique flavor profiles, but they also had unique stories that went with them. Mm-hmm. And so you started to feel it, probably about 15 years ago, maybe even longer than that, when you were seeing these cocktail accounts pop up and, just bartenders, that it wasn't, they're artists, right? So for them to kind of go out and do different things with bourbon, but, I don't know that any of us could have predicted it. I think now we fully understand what the potential is because we're getting to be and we are a global product. So how do we grow this international? Once we know we're very comfortable U.S. We really don't export that much But we're working towards that. But no, I don't think anybody could have predicted what we have now. And, I mean, we are the new Napa Valley, right? Like, who could have ever thought that? The people that come specifically to do the Bourbon Trail and visit these distilleries, and the fact that the communities have been so embracing and really building the structure around it, because we can build the attractions, but you need hotels, you need restaurants, and you're seeing all that. Like, you're really seeing a lot of that evolve, and that's exciting. That's good for everybody.
Wonderful.
Listen, man, I know you are a busy guy. We kind of set aside an hour, and we cannot thank you enough for coming on with us. I'm pretty sure folks are going to learn a little bit more about Denny Potter than they've really ever known today after they hear this episode,
especially about the dolphin.
Yeah. But again, with all sincerity, we appreciate you having us down here, and we appreciate our buddy Michael May, because he was kind of served as that bridge to you, and the opportunity though to hang out has been so unbelievably cool.
Very cool. It makes what we do, takes it to a cooler place. It's fun.
Here we go.
Here
we go.
We're working. We're at 2.5 cases.
There you go. Three cases. I mean, we can go out and interview bartenders, which we have, and tour guides, but until you get into the meat and potatoes like we got today, it just takes this to a new place.
Yeah, we're in the Rolls Royce of.
There's only one place to go after
we're in the penthouse, baby.
Yeah, we're going back to the studio after this. This is cool.
No, well, it's you guys are welcome anytime. You're not far away, right?
No.
You're 10 miles away.
Yeah.
So it's good to finally meet you. Like I said, I mean, you guys have a great social media presence, and seeing the people that you've had on, like Steve, and so you guys are killing it.
Yeah.
Keep it up. But you're welcome here anytime.
Appreciate it.
You're a
Thank
good
you
man.
so much. Thank you so
Keep
much.
doing what you're doing, and this is good stuff, man. This is history, legacy, and some might say, listen, maybe you've said this. Your job is just don't screw anything up, right? I mean, because it's maker's mark, for God's sake.
Yeah. No, I mean, it really is. And I know, listen, I mean, I know that everybody's interested in the next best thing and everything else, but the only reason why we're here is because we've done it right for 66 years.
Absolutely.
So if you're not focused on continuing to do things right, it doesn't matter how you innovate. It doesn't. Because if that core product, what we call our classic makers, isn't hitting the mark, then the rest of this doesn't matter. So, and I take great joy out of that. Like, I mean, I love the innovation stuff, but that's why we have Jane. That's why we have Beth. I mean, they are so good at, I can't do what they do. But in combination, we can do all of these things. We can stay focused on the classic, but yet we can continue to innovate with the wood finishing series. But there's no doubt. I mean, a legacy has been laid, and it's our job not to screw it up. And I think we take it very seriously, but at the same time, we have a hell of a lot of fun doing it. Even though Michael May loves to rain on the parade, that son of a bitch walks in the room, and it's like a baton death march. I mean, you're just like, good Lord, man, could you?
Come on,
can
May.
that guy just leave?
Yeah, come on, Michael May. Good thing your wife is good looking.
I'm assuming she doesn't have very good eyesight.
She's got poor eyesight.
Does she? Yeah, probably cataracts.
Yeah.
She wants
Good
to have
stuff.
cataract surgery. Michael's like, no, not yet. Let's
Not
hold
yet.
off another couple of
Yeah,
years.
still trying to lose 20.
Yeah. Well, by the way, we should thank the Lebanon Tourism Office, who is our title sponsor here on Two Shots on a Barrel. All of our sponsors, we thank those guys so much for believing in Two Shots. We're going to keep highlighting what is, I think, one of the most beautiful areas around Central Kentucky.
That's right.
And of course, I think it's safe to say, J-Bo, Denny Potter is not going to screw things up. I think Maker's
No
Mark
chance.
is in good hands.
Very good. Now at the gym,
Yeah. Well,
yeah, he could mess that up.
KO, baby. KO.
That's it.
But anyway.
Thank you, sir.
Denny Potter, you're a good man. Thanks so much for having us.
Thanks, guys.
All right. That's going to do it for Two Shots on a Barrel. Until next time, I'm Jimbo.
I'm J-Bo.
So long, folks.
The Marion County Trail could be the best value in bourbon-themed travel in Kentucky. You'll experience one of the Kentucky Bourbon Trail's crown jewels, one of the Bourbon Trail Craft Tour's top-rated stops, and something you can't find anywhere else. Organized tours of a bourbon barrel manufacturing facility, all in one place. It's the Marion County Trail. Take your time to tour, dine, shop, and stay all along the way. Explore world-famous Maker's Mark, a hot ticket item on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail, Limestone Branch Distillery, home of world-famous Yellowstone bourbon, and one of the top-rated stops on the Kentucky Bourbon Trail Craft Tour. Kentucky Cooperage, the sprawling plant where the thriving bourbon industry's barrels are hand-built and seared with fire for bourbon aging flavor. And Lebanon, home of wonderful dining opportunities from home-cooked to chef-driven. Unique shopping opportunities, nowhere else to be found murals for your selfies, and overnight accommodations that range from traditional to bed and breakfast to bourbon-themed. Go to visitlebanonky.com for more details. Lebanon Tourist and Convention Commission, 270-692-0021.
Whether you're buying or selling, be it your first home or your last home, or building your investment portfolio, give me a call. I'm Lisa Kearns, a realtor with Exit Realty Heartland. I understand the stress and hassles involved in buying and selling, and I will be here for you. Let me put my 20-plus years experience in marketing and customer service to work for you. Give me a call, 270-402-4036. Lisa Kearns, realtor with Exit Realty Heartland, here to work for you.
Hey, this is Jimbo.
This is J-Bo.
Man, we are so happy because, J-Bo, we got this podcast going, and we got fantastic sponsors like our good buddy Billy Taft with Big O Tires.
Billy Taft, longtime friend, and I've been going to him for years for new tires at Big O Tires.
I needed a new set of tires just recently. Guess where I went?
Where'd you go?
Big O Tires here in Lebanon, Kentucky, the heart of Central Kentucky. Billy Taft. He took fantastic care of me. I know he's always taking care of you.
Yeah, heck yeah. He's even taking care of me when I broke down in Bardstown. He has a Bardstown location as well. Fixed the tires right up. Baby, I was out the door, back to Lebanon in no time.
He does a fantastic job. He's always worried about number one. You know what number one is?
What's that?
That is the customer.
Exactly.
The customer is always right when it comes to Billy Taft and Big O Tires, J-Bo.
You can get oil changes, tire rotations, new tires. Heck, he's even got used tires you can buy.
Absolutely. Whatever it is you're looking for, I guarantee you're going to find it at Big O Tires, Bardstown, or in Lebanon. Boy, and guess what? They are sponsors right here, J-Bo, on Two Shots on a Barrel.
I'm telling you what, we love Billy Taft and Big O Tires.
Go there today. Big O Tires, Billy Taft. It's in Lebanon and Bardstown, the heart of Central Kentucky. Two old boys ain't much for working. J-Bo, I love it. I love it, man. I love that tune.
Terry is so talented.
Terry Woolley. So, the story goes that I said, Terry, we're doing this podcast thing. We're just a couple of guys want to talk about bourbon, everything that is Central Kentucky. And Terry's like, I got you. And he took it from there.
Yeah, 24 hours later, bam, we have an opening theme for our podcast.
Terry Woolley with Crystal Music is to kind of icing on the cake. Is sponsoring Two Shots on the Barrel. I don't know how cool that is.
Not only did he do this for us, he's also sponsoring us. So, I mean, it's a double whammy from old Terry. Thank you, Terry.
And you guys have come a long way. You went from a point in time where you guys didn't necessarily get along the best in the world, and now you are like best friends.
Well, it's like, you put two superstars in one room, there's going to be some bumping heads.
Listen, whether it's recording, maybe it's some voice lessons that you need, some learning how to play a guitar, harmonica, you name it, Crystal Music in Campbellsville, Kentucky is the place to go.
Hey, I even was in a tight spot. I was going to go to Nashville. I was going to interview a bunch of artists, and I needed a guitar to sign.
I remember that. I
walked in there, and I'm telling you, they have guitars everywhere. And he said, you don't want this guitar, you want this guitar. And he set me up, and away I went to Nashville. Bam.
He took care of you, and that's the way he can take care of everybody. He's a good dude. He works so hard. His wife, Ina, though, is the best thing in the world about him. There's no doubt about that. But Terry Woolley is a great dude, and for every musical thing that you need, including... If you're out there listening and you need a jingle for your podcast, reach out to Terry Woolley. Check him out on Facebook. Look him up, Terry Woolley. That's Wooley. Or look up Crystal Music. You'll be able to check out all their deals along the way. And thanks so much, as always, J-Bo. They're a great sponsor.
Hey, and we're looking for more.
Absolutely. Right here on Two Shots in a Barrel.